All right, you guys. Welcome back to our Madden 25 Connected Franchise Owner Mode Fantasy Draft Ralph Wilson Buffalo Bills YouTube series. Today is a wonderful day. It is Serial Monday, and it is episode 86 day. That's right. We've done 86 of these videos. Why? Because we're stupid, apparently. No, it's because we all love Madden and we love hanging out together. That's why. And today we're going to be hanging out with the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are not a team we've seen so far in our little Madden fantasy draft world. And so their roster will be a mystery to us. We'll have to check them out as soon as we can. The real-life Denver Broncos are, of course, appearing in the Super Bowl in just a couple of days, less than a week now, 6 days, from today to be exact. I know that because I know the days of the week now, and that's that. Couple key things to get to before we start off. Last game on Thursday of last week, episode 84, where we took on the Giants and won. We are going to be starting Basman Hooker at the running back spot. Williams will probably still get plenty of carries. However, we're going to try and slant things a little more towards Hooker's skill set, what he can do, etc. As I'm sure you've seen by now, there are some formidable-looking players on the Denver Broncos we'll get to right away. First, Greg Delay is going to get his touchback, as he does most games, back of the end zone here, and Cobb will not bring that out. So we're going to have a moment here, check out exactly who these Denver Broncos are. We have Cam Newton, of course, as the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos. 93 overall, 85 speed, 81 strength. A physical specimen who can also rip the ball when he wants to. Definitely a threat to go on the run. We'll have to watch for that. Mark Sanchez, the backup where he belongs, and Mike Kafka, the third stringer. All guys who have had NFL starting time in and around the league. Michael LaShore is the starting running back. Not a lot of speed on him, but a lot of strength. 81 strength there. Shane Vereen of the real-life New England Patriots, the backup there. Fullback Lex Hilliard, 77 overall. Randall Cobb, the returner we just saw, the real-life Green Bay Packers, in at the top receiver spot. Antonio Brown is injured. The real-life Pittsburgh Steeler out, so Marcus Wheaton will take over that spot. Meanwhile, T.J. Graham and Marquise Goodwin will play in the slot positions. Both guys kind of diminutive but very fast, 96 and 98 speed on those two respectively. Dwayne Allen and Jacob Tamme are the two tight ends to look out for. Jared Valdir, the real-life Oakland Raiders star left tackle, dominant player. Evan Mathis, dominant left guard. Ryan Jensen, is the center, second-year man. Harvey Dahl, right guard. And Orlando Franklin, a real-life Denver Bronco, starting at the right tackle spot. So across the board, very dominant offensive line for this team. Lots to watch out for. Marquise Eves, rookie left end. A lot of speed on that side. Robert Quinn, dominant defensive end for the real-life St. Louis Rams. Another great defensive lineman. Look at this. Mike Martin, defensive tackle. This team is freaking loaded. Unbelievable. Justin Houston, dominant pass rusher, the real-life Kansas City Chiefs, coming off the end. Melvin Shepard in the middle. And, the right outside linebacker, Bruce Carter. 88 speed. Crazy speed for an outside linebacker. Carlos Rogers, Antoine Cason, Corey Graham, and Bryce McCain are the corners. Kendrick Lewis and Adrian Wilson, meanwhile, the safeties. And I got to say, this has to be, I think, the most loaded team I've seen so far in this game. They've got a great quarterback. They've got a couple of decent running backs, a couple of impressive receivers. Tight ends just okay, but they've got a dominant offensive line across the board. 90-plus in 3 spots, 89 at the right tackle spot. Tons of speed at the defensive end position. Nice up the middle. Both guys 90 defensive tackle. Strong outside linebackers with lots of speed. A couple of strong, wow. We have our work cut out for us. Hard to believe these Broncos are only 7-5. Still a nice record. There's John Fox instructing his quarterback on how to play the game of football. And speaking of that game of football, let's get this one underway. We're going to have to watch the read option all day today. And here, oh, what a great first play from scrimmage. Vince Wilfork eating the lunch of Cam Newton, who off the play action didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. That is a coverage sack, and that is a great way to start this one. Vince Wilfork just eating the lunch of Super Cam, which I like to see. Silver shoot pinch is where we're going on 2nd and 17. Cam Newton, wow, you can see his numbers not impressive at all this season. 11 touchdowns to 16 picks. 3,000 yards, pretty impressive, but not a lot of touchdowns to go along with that here. A complete play to Randall Cobb, who's taken off here, running down the field. Shamarko Thomas can't get him. Nobody's going to get him. Second play from scrimmage, 87-yard touchdown pass. Randall Cobb. Vontae Davis could not make the tackle on the curl route, and Cobb is not caught. Nobody with the speed to catch up to him. So 2 plays into the game. First play, phenomenal defensive stop by Vince Wilfork and company. Thaddeus Gibson getting in on that sack as well. Second play, 87 yards. You blink, you miss him. Randall Cobb gone. Working on Vontae Davis, who was bad yesterday. It was bad in yesterday's episode, episode number 85, and was equally terrible there, getting burned for an 87-yard score. Randall Cobb, albeit an impressive competitor himself. Anyways, we're on to Aaron Rodgers taking over now. 25 touchdowns, 10 picks on the season. His numbers were smoking hot at the midway point of the season. They've cooled off a bit as of late. However, we are looking to get him back into the swing of things today, albeit against a very formidable Denver Broncos defense. Here, Basman Hooker, nice job stripping Justin Houston, the would-be tackler, gain of 7 yards. We're quickly going to bounce him to the top spot of the depth chart. We forgot to do that earlier. Reverse field on the last one. Made that work. So ahead here. Basman Hooker, a very, very nice game for us last time around, doing some nice things. Let's also get Darren Sproles in there as a third spot. Nothing against Jonathan Franklin. I just rather see Sproles in that role than the more inexperienced Franklin. We'll go corner strike on this play. We have a couple of home runs to choose from. Likely that we're going to one of our 2 talented running backs, and that is where we'll go here. Williams, though, he is caught behind the line of scrimmage. The strong safety moving up. 3-yard loss. Holy crap in a basket. Wow. I thought we were losing maybe 1 yard on that play. It turns out we lose 3. Brutal, brutal stuff. And Deshaun Jackson comes open over the middle, makes the catch, holds on to the ball. 21 yards for him. We show the Broncos that we can complete long passes too. And that is a first down. Bills at their own 47-yard line, creeping up on the midfield stripe. Basman Hooker will get this ball around the right side. Some nice block setup. Hooker running away from guys. Just what a nice move around the outside using his speed. That goes for 13 yards. 2 carries, 20 yards on the day so far for Hooker, up to the 40-yard line of the Broncos. Nice job breaking contained there. We're going to go read option on this play. Show Super Cam and company that we can do this too. Hugely wide set. You know what? I would like to see if we can go halfback off tackle here with Basman Hooker. You know what? We're going to pass this one, you guys. I'm seeing blitz across the board from the Broncos here. They bring everybody, and off his back foot, ugly throw there. He had Doug Baldwin open for a moment. Broncos bringing everybody. Aaron Rodgers not able to get that ball off effectively, off of his back foot, unbalanced. Let's go back to the read option on this play. See if the defense looks a little better. And you know what? Let's call it. Sure. Why not? We give it to Hooker. Shouldn't have. That was a mistake. 1 yard loss. Justin Houston slashing down around the outside of the defense. Makes a nice play, setting up 3rd and 11 at the 14-yard line. 2 unsuccessful plays back to back. Make tuxedo t-shirt an unhappy camper. But that is okay. We're going to have an opportunity here to fix that. Excuse me. Let's get Sproles running a wheel route, see if we can use his speed to our advantage. And who's coming open, you guys? Who's coming open? Over the middle. Manningham makes the catch. Nice job by him in coverage. A very improvisatory play there. Aaron Rodgers just moving the pocket way out to the right-hand side. Manningham comes all the way from the other side of the field, making a nice catch. He must have heard when I said earlier this week that he was getting traded, or last week that he was getting traded. But he's doing a nice job, makes a nice catch there. Here, the Basman Hooker getting the carry on the counter, trying to get around the outside, not able to do so. Guys up in his face. And so after a couple of really nice runs, Basman Hooker stuffed on the last two. And you know what? If the Broncos are going to be so keen to pinch everybody up, cover the run, we may as well do them the common favor of burning them deep. What do you say? Here, going, and Aaron Rodgers pump faking when I asked him to throw. Interesting decision there. Definitely hit the X button twice to try and deliver it to Deshaun Jackson deep in the corner of the end zone. Maybe I accidentally hit the L1 button. Don't remember doing so. Either way, we'll get Sproles running out with us on the right-hand side, trying to see if we can find Eric Baldwin. We can't. We can find Sproles, who's able to stay in bounds but only pick up a handful of yards. Broncos defense doing a nice job covering our guys. 4th and 5 coming up. We'll do our traditional move in this situation, which is call a play and then see whether or not we actually want to run it. Strong flood will be that play. I love this play, as I've said many times. Everybody moving from left to right across the board. We get Jacoby Ford here in on the slot. I like this play because Eric Baldwin's going to come open, as he just did. He puts his head down to the 5-yard line, 12-yard gain. Nobody lined up over Baldwin. Looked to be actually, I think that was just a complete hole in the zone. Typically, when you don't see someone lined up over the tight end and no extra defender there, what you see is the middle linebacker trying to come over and block and cover him. That time, that didn't happen. And, Jacoby Ford in the end zone, touchdown. Jacoby Ford sits down on the quick curl, gets his first touchdown of the campaign, and the Bills tie it up 7-7, barring this point after attempt, which is good, with 11 seconds up in the first quarter. May as well be 0-0 again, folks. No harm done on the 87-yard Randall Cobb score. Nice job slinging it in there for Aaron Rodgers. As I was saying, on that Eric Baldwin play, typically what you see is the middle linebacker try and get it as fast as he can and cover the line or cover the tight end. And to be honest, Eric Baldwin just has too much speed for that. So nice job there around. Converting on the 4th down play would be nice to see. Basman Hooker running out of the slot with a little more, running out of the shotgun with a little more success. First 2 plays were wonderful. Second 2 plays kind of sucked. But that's okay. We'll come back to it. We'll make it work. Here come the Denver Broncos. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Tight end on the right-hand side. They've got Leshorn in shotgun. Cam Newton looking to pass it right away. Thomas there to make the play. Very nice. Thomas and Sanford over on that side of the field. Double quick out route for the receivers there. That brings up 2nd and 10. Now we'll have to watch all game long when Cam Newton stands there like he just did and like he is right now in shotgun with the man beside him. When that happens, all I can think is read option. So far, they haven't used a lot of play action. And here they go again to Randall Cobb over the middle 1st down. 10 yards exactly, the reception up to the 30-yard line. That ends the first quarter. Vontae Davis having an ugly game so far. Last game, it was Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting beat left, right, and center. This time, it is Vontae Davis, which is disappointing because Davis, in my estimation, has been our best defender all season. Maybe our best player. Heck, he's been so difficult to beat in any type of play. Here he's going to get beaten again. This time he at least keeps Randall Cobb in front of him, but just way too much of a cushion. Cobb, 3 catches, 108 yards, and this is the time where we need to pinch up our defensive backs and allow them to put some pressure on these receivers. We're going to go press coverage here. Press coverage is not something that suits every defensive back. I know in our team in particular, Vontae Davis does it very. Sanford not able to get over there in time on Tammy. Close coverage. Asked him to bring up his hands to try and make the pick. Wasn't able to elevate. Wasn't able to do it. So Tammy makes a nice catch. As I was saying, though, Press coverage is not something that Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie thrives with a whole lot, but Vontae Davis is one of the best in the biz when it comes to the press coverage. We're going to have him bring himself up in his coverage, see if that makes a difference. Here, Cam Newton in trouble, can't get rid of the ball. Bruce Irvin makes the sack. Bruce Irvin, who has, for much of this season, been a disappointment. Now, he missed a lot of time. We're starting to get hot before he got injured. Since he has had some really nice moments such as that, had other moments where he's disappeared. This time, though, coming through the line with a bee in his bonnet, so to speak. And here, it's Sanford. Sanford makes the shoelace tackle. A nice job there by both sides, actually. Broncos, a nice shake-up call there with the screen pass. Bills, nice job, Sanford diving, making the shoelace tackle. Meanwhile, 2 receivers set. We're going to go ahead, bring in our defensive line. Cam Newton company. Sanford misses. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie escorts the guy out of bounds, though. Beautiful job. Sanford playing off his man, trying to goad the throw there. It happened. Sanford had him lined up. As you can see, he's about to come flying in. Just missed, but that's okay. He had support from Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. And so that leads to 4th and 2 and a 48-yard field goal attempt from the Denver Broncos. That is up, and it is good, sure enough. So 10-7 the score now. 3:10 left in the second. Nick Novak of the real-life San Diego Chargers with that one. I also love nothing more than the fact that Mark Sanchez, the backup QB of these Broncos, is wearing number 15. It makes him look like Tim Tebow, which is hilarious because Mark Sanchez and Tim Tebow are, well, hilarious. And Gino Castro looking to grab the outside there, unable to get out there. Nice tackle there by the defender. Didn't see who it was, but he was fighting off a blocker. And if Castro got to the outside there, look out. Almost impossible to stop once he gets around that edge with his speed and his acceleration. Anyways, we're going with a little muscle on this carry. Ryan Williams off the right side. He does a nice job staying on his feet. Good balance. Graham with the tackle, but Williams gets 5 yards at the 25-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. We'll quickly go curl routes. The clock is running. Time not a huge constraint at the moment, but still much rather be faster than slower. Here, Baldwin makes a nice move, getting up for the first down and then some, falling forwards with his 8-foot frame, it seems, getting a gain of 8 yards in that just really quick out route. Actually, more of a clear route as he literally just ran sideways. It was a strictly horizontal route. Nice job there. We got one more play before halftime. Let's go ahead. Jackson's going to come open over the middle. Beautiful job there. Tries to make a little sidestep. Doesn't make it, but that's okay. We are officially at the 49-yard line now. 2-minute warning. Bills offense really making some nice moves. Being at the midfield stripe with 2 minutes left, to me, means that we can start to open the playbook a bit. Play with the clock, especially considering we have 3 timeouts. And here, unfortunate, just sloppy blocking. Hooker not able to get around the right side. As you saw, Williams was way up the field, which is a problem when you're the lead blocker and there's 2 guys in your running back's face. Make that 3 guys before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. Not a red letter day so far for this offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. Granted, however, they are working against a very tough defensive line. Hooker is going to be clearing out here. We're going to have Baldwin run the straight fly route, and Baldwin's going to come open. Baldwin makes the catch in the seam. Beautiful play, and now we can officially slow play this. The Broncos keep pinching up all their extra guys. Strong safety was lined way up there. Middle linebacker playing a little bit over. And sure enough, Baldwin comes wide open. If you can match that alignment as we just did with zone coverage, good things happen. And very nice. Now, when your blocking goes sour, what do? You run a draw play. Let's give this a shot. And no, it doesn't work either. A loss of 1 is a result of that play. 1:02 left in the half. You can see the offensive linemen there bickering amongst themselves, as they should. 2 great run plays to start off this game for Hooker have been followed up by nothing but a series of holes that aren't there, to be perfectly honest. Here, though, he's going to get a chance to carry. No, he doesn't get a chance to catch the ball. Amazing defensive play by, looked to be number 28 there, number 23, I apologize. In man coverage on Baldwin, dives with the velocity normally reserved from one of those terrifying creatures that spits poison from Jurassic Park. What a move there. Setting up third down. Darren Sproles in the game. We're going to have him run a quick streak route, see if we can maybe catch somebody off guard. And he is in man coverage, but Sproles does make the catch, just not enough speed. That looked to be the middle linebacker, number 54, trying to get over to make the play. That brings up first and goal at the 6-yard line. Sproles making a nice catch. Sproles, what I love about him more than anything is his hands. Darren Sproles has the hands of a wide receiver. He really does. Just as good as anybody else. I forget what his actual catching stat is. It's somewhere, rating is, but it's somewhere in the 80s. It is phenomenal, and it is great stuff. Now, the Broncos forced to call a timeout because they have an injury on the field. That is okay with me. With a 3-yard gain on that play, I'm going to look to get Williams, the bigger body, in on this play and just do the dive again. We're actually almost at the 2-yard line. I'd argue that we're actually closer to the 2-yard line than the 3-yard line. That's okay, though. Just a couple yards to go. Williams gets some nice progress there. And third and goal, we're going to be able to let this clock tick down to about the 10-second mark. I want to run it again. If we fail to get it on this play, then on fourth down, we can decide to be creative if we want to. But as you guys have heard me say many times before, my opinion is if you can't get it on fourth and less than a yard, you don't deserve to win. So let's go ahead, prove that we deserve to win, and bada bing, bada boom. Touchdown. Easiest touchdown in Williams' career. Steps up, eating up those yards, eating up those points, and with 9 seconds left in the half, Bills take the lead 14-10 on that Greg the Leg PAT. With these 9 seconds left being on the clock, we should have to just kick this one away, hopefully get a touchback, and then a Denver Broncos either run or kneel down. I imagine that's what's going to be the case. Don't see them going for the Hail Mary here. Sure enough, the Broncos take a knee with 9 seconds left. And we'll see what they call. They have called an offensive play. I don't see them doing anything but handing it off here. I don't think the Broncos have handed the ball off once yet, which I don't actually mind because it means they're not trying to make stay balanced in their attack. And what a play there. Justin Durant just comes up, eats lunch, stopping the runner for no gain, and that brings up half, which is great news for us. There's John Bostic celebrating because with the lead and soon the ball, we are going to be able to take control of this game. Gino Castro will be the returner here. He's got guys in front of him. He's got the edge sealed off for him reasonably nice, and Castro fights off a would-be tackler. Nice return there to the 32-yard line for Castro. Ryan Williams not able to hold his block for quite long enough, but that's okay. We'll go ahead here. Let's try and see if we can get break the Broncos contain, but do so in such a way that still gets Hooker out in some space. Let's go ahead, reverse the run here. Kuhn gets a nice block, and unfortunately, Ben Grubbs lost his block. Robert Quinn stops Hooker for just a gain of 1 yard. Basman Hooker's had no success moving this ball since the very early going of this game. Let's try and get him in some space, which is where Basman Hooker does his best work. Screen pass here to the right-hand side. Broncos have pressure. That's okay with us. Basman Hooker gets a nice couple of blocks. Eric Wood gets a great block up the field. 2 great blocks up the field. Hooker off to the races. Makes a one-man miss. 44 yards up the sideline. Aaron Rodgers, 173 yards after making that beautiful play. Basman Hooker showing off his speed. And hey, any earlier mistake that Eric Wood made in the pass blocking game is redeemed. That's the word I'm looking for. Is redeemed on that play as he gets up, makes a couple of great blocks, and there we go. Room up the middle for Ryan Williams. Room for the take, and that's what I love. And after that carry, it is 2nd and 3. We are officially in the red zone. Just 3 plays into the second half. Bills are moving the ball, which is what I love to see. Here we're going to get Kuhn. We're going to get Baldwin going left to right. Pardon me. John Kuhn gets a block. John Kuhn almost gets around the edge. 9-yard gain. What I was hoping to just get 3. I was hoping to get 3 yards out of that pass We end up getting 9. John Kuhn showing off a little bit of athleticism. Is he an athletic guy? Well, no, not really. But he's able to show off some athletic prowess on that play. Getting open, and here Eric Baldwin, end zone, makes the catch, and he stepped out of bounds at the 1 yard line. That's okay. 5-yard gain there on that little shovel pass almost. Aaron Rodgers to Baldwin. Took him forever to come open. Then when the defender pushed up, and while he tried to turn around, that's okay though. Aaron Rodgers took a bit of a shot, but he stayed. He's still healthy, still uninjured for now, anyways. Knock on wood. And we'll be able to hopefully run this ball in on this play. Ryan Williams, yes, touchdown. The middle linebacker came up, got some good penetration. Ryan Williams says, "I don't care." Scores a touchdown. And with this PAT, Greg the Leg should make it 21-10. Sure enough, it is up and it is good. 3:31 left in the third quarter. Bills up 21-10. We will kick off from our own 35-yard line right here. And we put some pressure now on the Denver Broncos to try and make a play. This ball will come down to Randall Cobb deep in his own end. Nothing doing. So they will, the Denver Broncos, that is, will come out at their own 20-yard line to put a drive together. There's pressure to do so as well. Of course, because of the nice drive the Broncos put together at the end of the first half and the beginning right here of the second half. Broncos definitely some pressure to score, take some time or keep time on the clock. And Jamarco Thomas misses the receiver, and he is up the sidelines. He's going to score. One play, Broncos score. Super Cam does that annoying thing that he does. And wow, they're going for 2. Okay, I want to quickly check this replay. I did not see that coming in a million years. Quick corner route, and Thomas, I thought, was going to clear out the defender on the sideline right here. Instead, just over pursues. My mistake. Should not have had the sprint button down. Would have made that all the better. We're going to go ahead 4-3 over plus. We're going to spread out. We're going to go edge rush because I feel as though if they're going to run, I'm feeling a run to the outside here. I could be wrong on that. Bostic in coverage on Allen, and Wheaton drops the ball. Double coverage. That was Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie and Shamarko Thomas, both of whom fell behind the receiver. Fortunately, however, the receiver drops the pass in the end zone. And after that extremely quick score, the Bills will have the ball again here. Jacoby Ford, nice room up the gut. Almost had a little window to the left there. We didn't quite make it. But still a nice return up to the 27-yard line. 3:17 left in the third quarter. Bills up by 5, which is nice. Nothing to shake a stick at. Nice to have the lead and the ball. Always a good place to be in. Wish we could have held that lead for a little while longer, though. Always a drag when your opponent's able to score in one play, particularly when it's their second ridiculously long touchdown of the game. On first down there, Ryan Williams stopped for actually a short loss, a loss of 1. Bills come out now on 2nd and 11. Jackson, we're going to have him run a straight fly. Baldwin, we're going to bring him in on the slant. We're going to try and see if we can get... And the defender didn't bite. We put it up, but Jackson's got a step. Jackson brings down the ball, knocks off the defender, and Deshaun Jackson scores. We get a favorable matchup corner on Jackson. The corner doesn't get any safety help. Again, the Broncos get burned, pinching their strong safety up. Free safety not able to get back. There's Doug Maroney celebrating. Aaron Rodgers, perfect. And I mean a perfect pass. And though Deshaun Jackson, I think, got 2 thumbnails last week, how could you not give him this one? Look at that. The elevation, the way he brings the ball down. He gets hit here, shakes off the defender, and then bada bing, bada boom, leaving a trail of Broncos in his wake. There we go. Perfect thumbnail. Jackson making a gorgeous catch. making it 27, soon to be 28-16. And actually, you know what? With those two passes being the trade-off, we actually go up a point because the Broncos failing to get their 2-point conversion, us getting the 1-point conversion means that instead of it being an 11-point game, it is a 12-point game, which is nice because it means that if the Broncos want to catch up, they will need to score 2 touchdowns. A touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal makes an 11-point gap, a separation of points that could be closed by a field goal and a touchdown. Now with 12 points being the difference, Broncos need 2 touchdowns. And provided that we don't get burned for a stupidly long score immediately, knock on wood, hopefully that we can make a nice stop here. And there's John Bostic lighting up the running back, number 25. That's, I think, just his second carry of the game. 2 carries for 4 yards. Nice stat line, buddy. Actually, 2 carries for 3 yards. Then again, I guess I shouldn't say that until I see our running back stat lines. 2nd and 6 coming up from the 24-yard line. Sanford, just a step behind, which seems to be the theme for Jamarcus Sanford this season. Just a step behind. And passing, you can see Cam Newton, 88.9 completion percentage. I think that means he's only thrown about 9 passes. As you can see also, by the way, Jason Campbell, number 17 on the sideline there, is back and is healthy. Earlier this season, we brought in Dan Orlovsky to be our 4th quarterback because of the injury to Jason Campbell. He is, of course, back now. Obviously hasn't gotten to a game and likely won't. Actually, I just realized, is it Dan Orlovsky who we brought in? I'm trying to remember. I'll check that out later. You guys know better than I do. We brought in a 4th-string quarterback because Jason Campbell was out for more than 2 months. A long series worth of games. We didn't want to get caught with our pants down just having 2 quarterbacks. And there we go. Thaddeus Gibson gets a sack. And our defensive line, for the first time in a long time, is doing a nice job of getting pressure on the opposing quarterback. Wonderful stuff. We have Vince Wilfork with a sack. Then we got Bruce Irvin with a sack. And now we got Thaddeus Gibson with another sack. And Jamarcus Sanford behind. Fortunately, that ball overthrown. Graham out of bounds. And with 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, 4th and 13 will bring about a Denver Bronco punt. Love it. Gino Castro licking his chops back there, waiting on this punt, standing probably at his own 20-yard line. This one will come down at the 24, and he's got a couple of blockers set up. He's going to try. No, he can't get out of. And around C.O. Moore, number 59, the spectator on that play. Still a 7-yard return for Castro, but not as much as it could have been. Castro has been quieted recently in the return game, that's for sure. Let's go ahead here. We've been, I think, quite predictable today, unfortunately, in our running on 1st down. Let's show run and go pass on this one. Jeff Cumberland running the corner route. He comes open in front of the safety, makes a nice move, makes a nice catch. 12 yards for Jeff Cumberland, who has just re-upped on a 3-year contract, set to be a Buffalo Bill through 2017, the year he will turn 30. Nice play by him. Nice job for everybody involved. 1st down, Bills. And we're going to go ahead, give Cumberland and Baldwin some more loving here. Cumberland will be the guy who comes open on the double out routes. And 2nd and 1 is a great place to be. Eric Baldwin, though I didn't double-check the number before we started playing today, should be approximately 30 yards now away from 1,000 on the season. That is an outstanding number for any rookie, much less a tight end. And that play to get us to 2nd and 1 will end the 3rd quarter. Bills at home looking like their old selves again. We've been badly burned on a couple of Cam Newton throws. Aside from that, though, our offense has been outstanding despite our some struggles in the run game. Here, Basman Hooker will make a catch, and he goes up the sidelines, finds a little bit of room. Nice job, 9 yards up the right side. Didn't think he had that much room in front of him. but he does a nice job picking up the first down and a little extra. It's always nice to get a little extra in life, and that will keep the clock running. That's probably the most important thing right now, actually, is whatever we do, and I think we will go back to running the ball basically every first down, being that we are almost in field goal range. We have a 12-point lead. Even if we just got a field goal here, if we can run out a minute and a half just on 3 straight runs, I think that's worth it at this point. It would mean that we can get the clock down to about 3 minutes, 45 seconds left, and that's only if we don't get a first down. There, Ryan Williams only gets back to the line of scrimmage. I think we're going to go ahead, try and run it out of the shotgun again on this play. That might be ill-advised. I don't know. But Basman Hooker has had some success with it so far today. Hopefully, we can double that success right now. And there's, you know what? Basman Hooker, we might be able to dart this run back up the gut and get a long run out of this because the Denver Broncos have spread themselves out so far along the horizontal plane. And no, we're not. Immediate penetration by Robert Quinn. I want to see the offensive lineman who's the guilty party on this one. Robert Quinn, I know Robert Quinn is one of the best defensive ends in the entire game, but my goodness. So look at this right here. 66, Ben Grubb, 71, Michael Roos. Both try to block the same player, meaning that Robert Quinn is free to just gallivant around and destroy the hopes and dreams of our offensive series. Frustrating stuff. That's all right, though, because we have another down to work with, hopefully one that will see us gain first down yardage. We're going to go halfback slip screen. Darren Sproles in to do what he does best. The reason I'm calling the screen pass is because it's such a high percentage play. We should be able to make the catch, should be able to stay in bounds. If we get the first down yardage, great. But the worst thing that can happen is for us to stop the clock. We want to keep it running so we get those extra 40 seconds off. And here we go. Darren Sproles has some nice room. Doesn't gain any yards. Actually loses about a half yard, meaning that Greg the Leg will come in for a 56-yarder. Not a small or not a short field goal by any estimation. That's all right though, because Greg the Leg has the leg strength of an angry donkey. We'll say that. We'll be able to get this play clock down to about the 3-minute mark. The game clock to the 3-minute mark. Play clock, meanwhile, down to 2. Greg the Leg brings the ball back. It is up, and it's going to hit the post. No way. We brought the arrow in towards the goal. I guess we pushed it back out with the stick. I don't understand. Either way, we didn't get a ton of pressure or a ton of strength on that kick. Didn't matter because, again, Greg the Leg is Greg the freaking Leg. The strength was there, just the accuracy off the post, no good. And so, there, a bit of a delayed handoff for the Broncos off the right side. Running back immediately met with Thaddeus Gibson, Jason Whirls. He manages to bounce around the other side somehow. Fortunately for us, Drake Kirkpatrick right there to make the play. Clock still running. 2:28 left in the game. Broncos need to start putting yardage behind them if they have any hope of coming back in this one. And Cam Newton's going to take off. Vince Wilfork in the open field misses him. Cam Newton slides for a first down for a gain of 11. That will likely be the last play of the game before the 2-minute warning. Nice try there, Vince Wilfork, to bring down Cam Newton. Don't blame him for missing. Vince Wilfork, you could say, and this might sound rude, but Vince Wilfork, if I may say so, probably not at the same level of athleticism as Cam Newton. Just going to go out there and speculate that a little bit. So here we go. We have 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Cam Newton in shotgun. Another man, the running back in. And they're going on the quick out route to Goodwin. A nice job by Brian McCann wrapping him up. That's really important because it keeps the clock running. If you look at the clock there, the last play ended at 1:53, and the Broncos snapped the ball at 1:47. So 6 seconds off the clock because McCann was able to bring the ball down. And there we go. Nice defense from Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I think that hit Wheaton in the hands again, but Cromartie between his man and the ball, breaking that one up. Very nice. 28-16, the score still. 1:42 left because that last ball was incomplete. The clock has stopped. We will keep the defensive line spread out. We're going edge rush on every play. Sanford is in man coverage on Graham, who's going to run a quick drive. No, he doesn't. And Dominic Rogers-Cromartie trailing Wheaton. Dives, can't bring him down. Touchdown, Broncos. Dominic Rogers-Cromartie, it's his turn to get beaten deep. Frustrating stuff. If we take those 3 long touchdowns out of this game, it's a completely different affair. Instead, we got ourselves a close game here, folks. 136 left in the game, 28-23, and that goes to show how costly that missed field goal is. It's a 5-point game right now. An 8-point game would mean that the Broncos would have to get a 2-point converted touchdown to match our score. As it is, not the case. A larger margin of, and here Jacoby Ford has some nice room. A great return up the gut. You don't often see in this game the opportunity to just carry the ball up Main Street, but a nice job there, taking 5 seconds off the clock. 35-yard line, a nice place to start this drive. And this is going to be interesting. We need to do our absolute best here to run the ball effectively. Let's start off with halfback off tackle. See how the defense is aligned and go from there. I think this is a favorable matchup, provided we get backside protection and a decent run up the gut, 4 yards with Hooker cutting it back. And here's where the pressure is. The Broncos have just called their first timeout, 2nd and 6, coming up here. Now, if we get a first down, this game is essentially over. Now, the Broncos are going to be anticipating run here because this is a running down. When you're trying to run out the clock, you want to force your opponent to call timeouts, which is why we're going to pass it here to Eric Baldwin. And sure enough, he makes the catch just as he has all season long in high-pressure situations. And that, folks, should just about end this one. 1:23 left. We will run a play here to run the football. The Broncos will call a timeout immediately after the play, leaving about 1:20 left on the clock. And there we go. Williams gets a nice couple blocks, and he's going to be able to get a first down. Not quite, actually. 2nd and inches upcoming. That will not matter, though. Given that there's less than 1:20 in the game, we will be able to kneel this one out, and that will be that. So we take a risk. We pass it off to Eric Baldwin on 2nd down with the Broncos anticipating a run, and it pays off big time. We will be able to kneel this clock out, snapping the next ball with just less than 40 seconds left in the game. And from there, we will claim our 2nd straight victory following our loss against New England Patriots. We get back on the winning side of things at home, which is so important, particularly in the NFL with such a short season. You can't afford to lose at home. We did just that to our division foes last week. This week, however, we start things off right on Serial Monday, getting things going just as they should. And with 1 second on the play clock, we'll be able to take a knee. 4th and 4 upcoming. The clock will run down, and it will run out. Bills over Broncos. The Broncos will go down to 7 and 6. Bills 11 and 2 on the season now. And sure enough, yeah, why not? Let's bring up the punter. Give Sam Martin another chance to run onto the field, and we'll just wait this one out. We'll bring you the stats immediately following the cap sounding at the end of the game, and we'll count down the clock, shall we? We got 5, we got 4, we got 3, 2, 1. Game over. Game, set, match. The Broncos, on their high-powered offense, managed to score a couple of long TDs. In the end, though, it's not enough. Cam Newton has grass stains, despite the fact that we just played indoors. Don't know how that happens. But let's move on to the team stats. Bills have the advantage just about every category. 28-23 the final score. Total offense, 341 to 274. Rushing yards, 43 to 14. Passing yards, 298 to 260. First downs, 13 to 5. Punt return yards, 8-0. Kick return yards, 147 to 0. Total yards, Bills an impressive 496. Broncos 274. No turnovers in today's game, which is very important. 3rd down conversions, Bills are 4 of 7. Broncos 1 of 3. 4th down conversions, Bills are perfect at 1 for 1. 2-point conversions, the Broncos missed their only one of the game. Red zone percentage, Bills are 3 of 3. And it says something about the Broncos game that they were never in the red zone despite scoring 3 touchdowns. On to player stats now. Aaron Rodgers having his best game in a few weeks, 19 of 22 for 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Cam Newton, meanwhile, another good game, 10 of 14, 279, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Running the ball, Basman Hooker, 10 carries for 23 yards. After getting what I think was 20 yards on his first 2 carries, he gets 3 over the next 8. Unbelievable. That's okay. The running game just wasn't happening today for anybody on the Bills or the Broncos. Ryan Williams, 8 carries for 24 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mikael Lesauer, 3 carries for 3 yards. Aaron Rodgers, 2 for -4. Cam Newton, actually the game's third. Actually, the Broncos' leading rusher, despite only carrying the ball once for 11 yards. Receiving the ball, Eric Baldwin is red hot right now. 6 catches, 70 yards. Darren Sproles, 3 for 22. Deshaun Jackson, 111 and a touchdown. Unbelievable game for Jackson. Randall Cobb, 3 catches for 108 and a touchdown. He was the Broncos' leading receiver. Also kicking things in, Basman Hooker, 2 for 53. Jeff Cumberland, 1 for 12. And John Kuhn, 1 for 9. Also, Mario Manningham, 1 for 19. And Ryan Williams, 1 for -3. And Jacoby Ford, don't want to miss him, 1 for 5 and a touchdown. Very nice game for him. Defensively, Kendrick Lewis of the Denver Broncos led the way with 5 tackles, leading the way for the Bills. Drake Kirkpatrick, Jamarcus Sanford, both with 2 tackles for a loss. Lots in today's game. 2 for Kendrick Lewis. Thaddeus Gibson, Vince Wilfork, both kicked in 1 for the Bills, along with Drake Kirkpatrick and Bruce Irvin. Sacks in today's game, 3 for the Bills, which is wonderful to see. Gibson, Irvin, and Wilfork, the only guy without a sack today on that defensive line. Rob Ninkovich, no picks in today's game. Kicking the ball, Nick Novak was 1 of 1. Greg Zuerlein missed from 56. Punting the ball, Brett Kern was 1 for 43. Kick returns, 2 for 69 for Ford, 3 for 78 for Castro. Punt returns, 1 for 8 for Castro. And that is it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me for Serial Monday, episode 86. Bills win 11-2 on the campaign. Just 3 games to go in the regular season. We'll see you for the rest of them starting tomorrow for practice and upkeep in episode 87. Until then, folks, I'm Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I'm out.